friends, my name's Brad Hussey, and I've been designing websites exclusively on a Mac since you were a baby. Unless you're older than me. In that case, remember when computer games came on these things? That long. I'm going to give you 21 quick web design tips with an Apple twist. Wow. Let's go. Approachable and fun. I'll say it, I love Apple. My childhood was filled with Apple computers at school, setting a high bar for my expectations of computers and how fun they should be. That is until we got our first home Microsoft PC. And then suddenly, I realized not all computers were created equal.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. I have that virus that's going around. You better stay back, this one's a doozy.
That's okay, I'll be fine.
No, do not be a hero. Last year there were 114,000 known viruses for PCs.
PCs, not Macs.
Whenever I spot somebody with a non-iPhone wrestling with its janky interface, pixelated fonts, and clunky user experience, I just can't help but feel embarrassed for them. College brought me my first iMac, reigniting my love for Apple's fun factor. It was there on that first iMac, my first iMac, not the first iMac, that would have been cool, when I discovered the fun and simple iWeb software that my web design career sparked to life. Comment down below if you used iWeb. That's what sparked my web design career, building a site on iWeb. Remember, design your user experience to be as approachable and fun as Apple does. Minimalism and simplicity. When you use an Apple interface, hardware or software, you can't help but notice that they use clean, uncluttered designs enhancing user focus. Simplify your site's design to improve user engagement and ease of use. Consistent design language. Apple maintains a uniform look across its products and services, reinforcing brand recognition that Apple fanboys the world over love. I should know. The lesson here is to use consistent design language on your site for a cohesive user experience. High quality imagery and videos. Through the years, Apple has always placed an emphasis on the beauty of their products by showcasing them with crisp, high-resolution, beautiful professional images and videos, emphasizing quality and detail right down to the last pixel. The lesson? Invest in high-quality visuals, photos, and videos to make your site more engaging and professional. With all the high-quality audio, video, and photography tech that we have access today sitting in our pockets, thanks in part to Apple's innovation, there's literally no excuse. Apple's websites and apps are designed to work smoothly across all devices, ensuring a consistent, frictionless experience. So as a web designer, ensure your site is responsive to different screen sizes. If you're using a modern web creation platform like my tool of choice, Wix Studio, building responsive websites is super easy. You can even do it with the click of a button thanks to their new responsive AI feature. Ever wonder why we have so many fonts on our computers? Super nice. Well, you can thank Steve Jobs, Apple's co-founder, for that. In college, the story goes, he ditched regular classes for a calligraphy course. You know, like fancy lettering. He loved playing with different styles and spacing. Fast forward to Jobs designing the first Macintosh. He decided, let's make these letters beautiful. And voila, we got the first computer with a bunch of awesome fonts. Now, everyone's doing it. We take it for granted. It's just baked into every computer we have. So, when you're establishing your typography for your sites, think of Steve and his love for stylish letters. It's not just about words, it's about making them look good. Jobs knew it, and now so do we. Storytelling. Apple uses storytelling in its marketing. They always have, focusing on the benefits, the emotional transformation, and the feeling their products evoke. Incorporate storytelling into your website, your messaging, and your marketing to create a more engaging and relatable brand narrative. This effect, by the way, would be super easy to do in Wix Studio. Apple is consistently incorporating the latest technology in its products, staying ahead in the market. Now look, sometimes they only iteratively improve their products, which can be pretty frustrating. But the lesson here is, keep your site updated with current technology to boost performance, usability, and security. That's another reason I prefer Wix Studio, because all of these things are just baked into the tool, which allows me to focus more on creativity. Okay, so that was the first Apple site. This is the Apple homepage right now. Much different, much different. Every aspect of Apple's design aligns with its brand ethos of innovation, simplicity, and quality. Ensure your website's design is in harmony with your brand values, if you have them. And if you don't, you should figure them out. Apple's meticulous design approach covers all aspects from product hardware to UI or user interface elements. The lesson here is be thorough. Damn it, that word again. Be thorough. Be thorough. Be thorough. You say that word too many times and it literally it's not a word anymore. Be thorough? Be thorough in your web design process and consider both overall layout and detailed aspects. Leave no stone unturned. Apple's magic is in how its software and hardware work together perfectly. For web designers, this means making sure the front end, what you see, and the back end, the behind the scenes tech, are in sync. When I began in web design, this involved learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and even programming with PHP, MySQL, Python, and more. But now, thanks to no-code platforms like Wix Studio, you can have seamless front and back-end integration without needing to be a coding guru. So nice. Apple's products are not just aesthetically pleasing, but highly functional, focusing on user needs. Sometimes, let's be honest, they're not perfect, and they do make mistakes, which is also a bonus tip. Balance beauty with usability in your web design for a practical and attractive site. And the bonus tip, let yourself make mistakes. Learn from them and improve. Apple often prioritizes sleek design aesthetics, making its products distinct and desirable. I mean, when you hold like an Android, like your father-in-law's Android phone, and you look at it and you're like holding it, don't be afraid to make bold design choices and set your site apart, and invest in your site's visual appeal to attract and retain visitors or customers, clients, what have you. Wow, looks like a big skateboard ramp. Think different. Apple is known for its groundbreaking designs, often setting new trends because, well, they think different. You should try that too. Experiment with crazy design ideas, play, and maybe you too can set a new design trend. This is their original site back in 1994. This is the Apple homepage right now. Much different, much different. Apple creates timeless designs, making its products relevant for years, for the most part. Aim for a timeless design in your website, avoiding overly trendy elements. Apple's known for its precision in their design, evident in every component of its products, physical or software. Pay close attention to all the little details in your web design for a polished outcome. Apple ensures its products are easy to use and navigate. Prioritize simple navigation and usability in your website design. Make the website straightforward and easy to understand. Sounds like a normal tip, but you'd be surprised at how many people are really bad at this one. Apple's designs guide user attention through visual hierarchy without sacrificing on aesthetic. Apple is good at making information look delightful. Open up any Apple page on their site right now and just soak in how they make boring words and letters and marketing lingo look tasty. Arrange content in a logical order to naturally guide visitors' attention, but follow Apple's tried and true human interface guidelines, HIG, for organizing information in a way that is delightful to your users. One thing Apple focuses on a lot is essential features, avoiding clutter in its design. Remove non-essential elements from your site to improve focus and functionality on what matters most. Just be sure not to do what Apple will sometimes do, which is remove necessary elements in order to force you to do something you don't want to do. Like this. Apple's products include various features, making them accessible to a wider audience. Ensure your website is accessible to users with different abilities. Wix Studio has some really great built-in tools to help you create accessible websites and to ensure your designs are making sure that everyone's having a good time. Apple's success is partly due to its strong community. For web designers, a supportive community is key for growth and inspiration. Here's the tip. Join the Creative Crew community. That's my free group for web designers, agency owners, and freelancers, and it's powered by Wix Studio. It's a place for networking, learning, expanding your skills with weekly meetups, mentorship, coaching, exclusive content. Don't miss this chance to be a part of a community that's all about your creative growth. Click the link below to join us for free. Start connecting with other industry leaders and peers today. And my friends, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.